Alright, so today this is in continuation of the first video which I posted earlier, and now as I said, that we'll be doing maths and science simultaneously. So now let us begin with maths also. So this is the first video in the series where we're going to talk a bit about mathematics. Alright, so now the thing is, over a period of past 10-12 years I have been teaching maths, and there are a few things which I would like to start. That first of all, let us answer the question, why do we study maths? Because it is important to answer this question is because many a times students also, and grown up people also, they say that what is the use, what is the need? Do we really have to study just for passing the exam? सिर्फ पास करने के लिए पढ़ना है, उसके बाद मैथ्स का कोई यूज नहीं है and all that. So I have come across things like that. So let us first understand why and what is the significance of mathematics and how it all started. So I'll tell you a very short story regarding this. What happened? Let us go back a little. Let's say, let us go 4,000 years back, and थोड़ा सा सबको सोचना पड़ेगा past में जाके. Let us assume that there is a shepherd. Alright, एक गडेरिया है, shepherd. उसके पास let's say certain number of sheep है. He has got certain number of sheep. उसके पास भेड़ है. Now, how will he keep a count of those shepherd? कि उसके पास कितनी भेड़ हैं या कितनी बकरियां हैं, for example. So let's see. Let us, and then there was 4,000, 5,000 years. Go as back as possible. जहाँ पे numbers का कोई idea नहीं है, you know nothing about numbers, you know nothing about zero, and mathematics का कोई existence नहीं है. So what that guy did, what that shepherd did was, suppose this was his house. So he kept a rope right at the gate of the house. And then what he did was, as soon as one sheep entered, he made a knot on the rope lying there. Then the second one entered, he made another knot. एक दूसरी गांठ बना दी उस रस्सी पे. The third one entered, he made another knot, and that kept going like that. So now the thing is, and when the sheep moved out the next morning, what he had to do was to untie those knots. So this knot was gone, this knot was gone, this was not gone. And now let's say if this one knot is left, then what this guy is going to do? Then this guy is going to realize that there's something wrong. He had no idea about numbers, nothing. But with this thing, he could keep a track of his sheeps. And this is very interesting to know that then this simple idea later turned into a number line. Thankfully, India invented zero, so that was also added. And then zero became our reference point. That if you go towards the right of that zero, you're going to get positive numbers. If you go towards left of zero, you're going to get negative numbers. Now tell me, जब एक शेपर्ड को, एक भेड़िए को मैथ्स की इतनी जरूरत हो सकती है, तो किसी नॉर्मल इंसान को जो आज के डेट में कुछ भी काम कर रहा है, कुछ भी किसी तरीके से एसोसिएटेड है, उसको मैथमेटिक्स की कितनी जरूरत होगी? Just imagine that. Alright, so that was about the story. So this is how the math begins. That, we have now counting numbers, which we are introduced to at a very early age, maybe 3-4 years of age. सो ऐसे हमारी मैथ की शुरुआत होती है. बट लाइफ इज नॉट सिंपल. फिर क्या हुआ? देर आर सम थिंग्स, देर आर अ फ्यू थिंग्स विच डू नॉट गो इन वन लाइन, वन डायरेक्शन. देन फिर क्या हुआ उसमें? देर आर थिंग्स विच डिपेंड ऑन टू पैरामीटर्स, जो एक साथ दो चीजों पे डिपेंड करती हैं. सो देन वी हैड टू इंट्रोड्यूस another axis so that the thing which is changing simultaneously on two parameters, उन दोनों पैरामीटर्स को इंक्लूड करके हम एक यूनिफॉर्म, एक डिपेंडेंस उसकी है उसको स्टैब्लिश कर सके. सो दैट इज हाउ दैट एक्स एक्सिस एंड द वाई एक्सिस came into existence, and then later another one axis which is the z axis will also be included, which is the z axis will also be included. Let us revisit that. So what happens is, particularly after this short story, math is particularly divided into algebra. Then algebra includes so many things. So algebra, and then trigonometry. फिर बहुत सारी चीजें आप उसमें जान सकते हैं. ट्रिगोनोमेट्री है, कोऑर्डिनेट ज्योमेट्री है, एंड ऑल दैट. बट द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट इज दैट दे आर ऑल इंटररिलेटेड. And I'll teach you the way you will yourself find the relation between all these things. Because there's no simpler way to start learning mathematics with these numbers, and why these numbers came into existence, and what is the significance of these numbers. I hope you must have understood. So now we'll start our discussion with numbers, and then we'll go to types of numbers and all that. So that is a long story. So what is going to be the flow chart of the information is that I am simultaneously going to explain the concepts, and then accordingly I'll tell you the relation also between various attributes of mathematics, be it trigonometry, be it coordinate geometry, be it any other calculus, integral calculus, differential calculus. So many things will come, but they are all interrelated. All right. So let us start with numbers. So as I said, these are the counting numbers. So then I hope you are familiar with all those definitions, which is natural number, real number, rational number, so many of them. So I think it's too particularly for these videos are, this was just an introductory video, and we're going to cover the topics also for particularly for 10th class students. So the very first chapter which we will have to discuss is the real numbers, and this is part of algebra. Now we'll discuss those individual topics also in that chapter, but first of all I request you to revisit all the definitions of natural numbers, real numbers, rational numbers, whole numbers, integers, and then their particular significance also. And that is easy. So this was an introductory video just to give you an idea about mathematics. So now the next video is going to be about from where we begin with, and how maths is to be studied, and what all chapters, chapter by chapter, we'll discuss everything in detail. Okay, thank you.